Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jules. Thanks for stopping by. As some of you may know, I have been participating in Old School April. If you don't know what Old School April is, it is a readathon, watchathon, activity-a-thon created by Kelsey at Slime and Slashers. So basically for the whole month of April, we are doing old school stuff. We're reading old school books, watching old school movies, doing old school activities, eating old school snacks, anything with the nostalgia vibe. So with that being said, I am doing an old school book tag. Kind of a book tag, but also just it's old school questions. So I originally saw this tag done by Amy at Amy Noel Reads, and it looked like a lot of fun, something I wanted to do. So I am finally getting around to doing this video. The original creator of it is Christine at Secrets Read. I will put both of their channels in the description so you can go and check out their videos. And then I've just seen several other videos of this going around, and it's just a lot of fun just to hear everybody's, because we're all different ages here, just to hear everybody's answers to these questions. So there are 12 questions. Question number 1 is, what book, author, or series got you into reading? So I have been reading since forever. So as far back as my memory goes, as a little kid, I was reading like the Golden Books, and the Grimm's fairy tales. I remember those vividly. My grandma used to have a whole collection of them on her bookcase, and I read a ton of those. And then as I got a little older, the book series that I really started reading was The Babysitter's Club, and Nancy Drew, and the original Choose Your Own Adventure. Those were so fun. Question number 2 is, what author or book got you into your current favorite genre? So my current favorite genre is mystery or horror, and there are 2 authors that got me into this, and that was Stephen King and Dean Koontz. I do not read either of those authors anymore, and have not for a long time. Just funny how our reading tastes change as we get older, because like I don't really have a desire to pick up either of those authors anymore. I did try and pick up a couple Stephen King books recently, and it's just not for me anymore. Question number 3, what was your first concert you ever went to? My first concert I ever went to, I was very young, was Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers. I love Dolly Parton. Love, love, love her. Islands in the stream, that is what we are. Okay, sing along. I don't sing. We've already established this in one of my other videos, but it was a really good concert. But yeah, so that was a long time ago. I cannot even tell you. I was very young, like 10-ish maybe. Hang on, I'm gonna look this up. Okay, so they came to Kansas City October 24th, 1985. That was my first concert. I was 9 years old. And then those few years after that, I remember going to a ton of concerts at Worlds of Fun. I'm not sure if anyone knows what that is, but it's an amusement park here in Kansas City. And they used to have a little amphitheater, and they would have people come. And I remember seeing Crystal Gale. Her hair, anyone remember her? Her hair was down to her feet. Literally the longest hair ever. Number 4 is, what band or artist do you love but never got to see live? Bon Jovi and Aerosmith. So obviously my taste changed when I got into like high school. I was a very not heavy metal, but hair band. I will say I don't love going to concerts. So I'm not a big, I don't know why, but like after, I can't even tell you the last concert I went to. I don't like the loudness of it. I'm not and I don't like all the people. I just am not a fan. My friend actually recently asked if I wanted to go to a concert. It was on like a Thursday night. I'm like, who goes to a concert on Thursday night? I'm like showing my age. Not even that it was on a weeknight, but I just don't like all the people, and I have no desire to go to a concert. So really there is nobody that I would want to go see in concert. Moving on. Number 5 was, what was your favorite cartoon while growing up? There is not one specific cartoon that was my favorite. Literally Saturday morning cartoons. All of them. So Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, Flintstones, Jetsons, Smurfs, all of them. Those were all my favorite. I will say that one I forgot about, Christine mentioned in her video, was Inspector Gadget. That was so fun. That was so fun. I don't know if anybody else remembers Inspector Gadget, but I forgot about it until she mentioned it. And I'm like, holy moly, yes. I used to love Inspector Gadget. But yeah, all of those cartoons that used to play on Saturday morning cartoons. That was where I was at, in front of the TV, me, my brother, my sister, just watching TV. Number 6 is name a TV show or a movie that is tied to a good memory. I don't really remember a lot of like besides the cartoons. We watched a lot of cartoons. I don't remember a ton of movies or TV shows that really like have a good memory. The only thing that I would have to say stands out is that in the mornings, very early during the weekdays, my mom would watch Mousercise. She would not do the Mousercise. She would just get up early and she would go. So she'd get out of bed and go and lay on the couch. And I don't know, and just watch TV. So I was like, it was weird to me that she would get up that early, like actually wake up and then just lay on the couch for a little bit longer before she had to go to work. Well, so I would wake up to her, the TV. And so I would go out into the living room and just lay on the floor and watch Mousercise. Like, we didn't do Mousercise. I think I may have tried a couple times, but like, what kid wants to get up that early in the morning and do it? I mean, like, it was early, like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, probably. Number 7, name a movie from childhood that you still love today. I would probably have to say, The Never-Ending Story. I loved that movie. Atreyu. And I have recently seen that they are possibly going to do a live action recreation of that. So I'm very excited if they do that because I love that movie. Like, I mean, it had some sad parts, and there's some parts in there that were scary as a kid, the wolf part, but obviously not now, looking back, but it's still just a great movie and book. What kid didn't want to have a huge, fluffy, white dog dragon looking thing as a pet or a companion? Like, I still do. I still want that. Number 8 is name your first TV or movie crush. That was Kirk Cameron when he was in Growing Pains. And I have to say, going back to that Worlds of Fun concert things, he actually came out to Worlds of Fun, and I'm not sure what he did. I don't know if he was like if it was just talking or like comedy stuff. I don't even really remember, but I do remember going to that and seeing him that. But yeah, I loved him. He was very cute. Number 9 is what was a toy you were obsessed with or collected as a kid? I have a few of these. So I collected strawberry shortcake dolls. Me and my sister did. They smelled so good. And we had all of them. We had a ton of them. And we played with them. We didn't just collect them. Like, we played with them. But I love them. Like, I can still vividly in my mind smell the strawberry shortcake. And I think my favorite one was either the apricot one. I think it was the apricot one that I liked. Or the lemon. Loved the lemon. Anyway, those were my favorite. Another thing that I collected that we played with actually was pound puppies. We had a ton of pound puppies. So we collected them and played with them. Like, we would line them all up and read to them or have them in class or whatever. But then the 2 things that I collected that we didn't really play with that we collected was the California Raisins little figurines. I think they were from McDonald's. The McDonald's Happy Meals is what we collected. And then Garbage Pail Kids cards. Did anyone else collect those? I kind of wish I had kept those because they were so fun. They were gross, but they were fun. So yeah, those are just a couple things that we collected that, looking back, I wish I had kept, but I did not. Number 10 is name a board game or video game you associate with your childhood. So I have a few board games. Sorry, Life, and Monopoly. We played those a lot, and my brother hated to lose. hated to lose. And he would like toss the board games if he was losing. He would get so mad and just be like, I'm done. And like it would wreck the board game. And to this day, me and my husband still joke about that because we play Monopoly every Christmas with our daughter. And we always joke, like, if somebody's losing or whatever, I was like, oh, my brother would have hated that. And my husband will be like, yeah, this board game would have been on the floor already. Like, it's just funny. And my brother has passed since. He passed away in 2012. So it's just kind of a fond memory that we have. I mean, obviously it wasn't fun when I was a kid. He would always get mad and that wasn't cool because then he'd wreck the game. But like as an adult, I can look back at it and laugh and just think that's just a funny memory. And then as far as video games, my favorite was we had an Atari and we play the 3 games I played the most was Frogger, loved Frogger, Pitfall, and Barnstormer. So obviously I used to always laugh when I would get hit by the cars crossing on Frogger, and then Pitfall trying to get across the alligators or crocodiles, whatever they were, trying to swing over. I could never like hit the button to let go in time and I would fall in and get eaten. And then Barnstormer, my grandpa used to laugh at me because I would play. So I don't know if any of you remember Barnstormer. You had to take your little airplane and fly it, and you had to go through the barns and try and get through them, and they would, you know, without wrecking your plane. And I would always hit the front of them, and every time they would hit the front, I would just start giggling really just hysterically. And my grandpa, he always used to laugh at me, and he loved watching me play that. So that was super fun. Those are super fun memories. Number 11, name a clothing or trend that was popular when you were a kid. Ooh, I got it. Hang on a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I had to go get my windbreaker for this next question. Did anybody else have one of these? So my husband got this. My daughter graduated last year, and we decided to have her graduation party at an arcade that's in our area. So my husband got this whole tracksuit. It had a furry inside, and he like cut it out, except, you know, he couldn't get that off. But anyway, so tracksuits, windbreakers, the whole, and matching pants. He has matching pants, but this is obviously too big for me. But anyway, it was hilarious. So that and tie-rolled jeans and Reebok high tops. So styling. Let's see. The last question, number 12, is name a childhood snack or candy you wish were still made. I'm going to go with what Christine said too. She mentioned the Jell-O pudding pops. Cannot say if they stopped making those because of who was the face of those, but maybe they did. Anyway, they were delicious and I miss those. But also my favorite snack was cheese puffs, Cheetos cheese puffs, the curly ones, that they still make. But I will say they do not taste the same. They're bigger. I liked them when they were smaller, so they were like finger size. And now they're like fat finger size, and they're not as soft. So they're very crunchy. And I liked them when they were a little softer. Not like stale, but like, I don't know, the texture was different. But I still love them. So yeah, those are all of my answers. I had a lot of fun going down memory lane. I am loving watching everyone who has done videos like this. I'm not going to tag anybody because I'm not sure who's participating in Old School April, or even if you're not doing Old School April, you could still do this tag. So if you want to do this tag, you're all it. You can make a video. But yeah, until my next video, friends, be yourself, be awesome, be kind. Bye.